Hello YouTubers, just want to give you an update on this rack and pinion. If you've been watching some of these videos or different little clips, I kind of left off a few days ago on this rack and pinion here, where I rebuilt the two bushings and put these polyurethane or whatever they're called. Took out the ones that this rack and pinion came with. They were the rubber ones, so I took them out and put these new ones in. Watch that video to learn how to do that. And then as far as the tie rod ends, I had as I mentioned before, I had ordered two left ones instead of a left and a right. That was, or no, actually I ordered the right ones, but they sent me two left ones, so I had to send one back and then get the right one, and then I already had, and then kept one of the left ones. But anyway, so to line this thing up, basically what I've done here is I've kind of eyeballed it here, more or less, line these up. It doesn't have to be exact. I took the shaft that goes there, that one, and it's already been prepped, cleaned, scraped and painted. It's ready to be installed. Looks really good from what it looked like before. So anyways, I stuck this end into the rack and pinion end right here where it goes, and then turned it so that this boot, or this side, is all the way in. This boot should stay there, but for some reason it just keeps sliding out. But anyway, so I turned it all the way so that this side retracted all the way in, which it is. It's all the way in, just like the old one. I turned that one as well all the way, so it's all the way to the bump. And then once that was done, it pushes this side out as far as it goes, all the way to the bump on both. And then what I did was I counted the number of threads right here to the lock nut, and I put the same amount of threads here on the lock nut, and then I screwed in the tie rod end on both sides. Did the same thing on this side, counted the number of threads, put it in, lined up the tie rod so that it's aligned pretty much the same way as this one. Okay, and then I took a tape measure, just a regular tape measure, and measure it from this end, the tie rod, all the way across to this end. And what you want to do is get the exact same measurement on the new tie rod ends from end to end. So I did that. I screwed them in, and it turned out if I screwed them all the way into the lock nut, they were shorter. This new one wound up shorter than that one. And I thought, well, wait a minute, that can't be right, because the number of threads are the same. But after further analysis, it turns out that this shaft that comes out of the rack and pinion is a different length than this one. This one, and then on both sides. So there's a little discrepancy on the two shafts. So as a result, because of that, you can't really go off the number of threads because the shafts are different. So what you should go off of is the overall measurement from end to end here on the tie rod ends. That's the critical measurement. So what I did was I just kind of turned the tie rods on the new shaft on both ends. I turned them loose. I opened it up enough to where I got the exact measurement as the old one. And that's where that's what's going to govern, is that measurement. So I went ahead and set it exactly where I needed it. And then I went ahead and just brought the lock nut up to the tie rod end and tightened it, and that's it. Same thing, the orientation needs to be the same so that they're pointed in the same direction. So that's where I am right now. Locked them both down, remeasured the length, and it's like exact, perfect. Same measurement as the old one. So when I slip this new rack and pinion in there and then set the wheels at the measurement that I had over there, at 13 inches from the frame to the tie rod end on the driver's side. That's what I measured, was 13 inches. It should be exact. It'll put the wheel perfectly straight on the driver's side, and then once you push this pin into this tie rod end into the passenger side, it'll also set the wheel like perfectly straight as it was originally. So that's basically it. You know, I just wanted to show you that this rack and pinion is now ready to be installed. It has both tie rod ends. Now, as far as the shaft and these splines that go here and everything, there is one specific area here on this shaft that I wish I could show you here, but I think it's on the bottom side here. It has like a little flat section, and in all reality it really doesn't matter, because once you line these up, put them on the wheels, the shaft is just gonna pretty much slide in here. It doesn't matter the orientation of this center shaft, and then once you slide in here, it'll slide up into the steering column, and that's it. Just make sure your steering wheel is perfectly straight when you push it up into the steering column. And as long as the steering wheel is straight and the wheels are straight, that's where you need to be. So once this whole assembly, you know, once you put it in the truck, of course, I'm gonna have to turn this so that it's more or less balanced, you know, like where it's centered to the left and to the right. And then of course, once you put the spindle of the wheel in there, you know, you just kind of keep turning this until you get it to where the wheels are exactly straight at 13 inches according to measurement, and that's it. Once you set the wheels at the 13-inch mark, then you can go ahead and just put the shaft wherever it falls, and then make sure your steering wheel's straight and push it up into the steering column, and that's it. Your middle shaft right here is gonna fall right wherever it falls. I mean, that's where you put it in, you tighten it, and you're set. Your wheels will be straight and your steering wheel will be straight, and the rack and pinion will be at that center point where it needs to be. And I'll show you another video when I do that, when I actually do that, so you can have a better idea. But anyways, right now I just want to show you the tie rod ends and how I went about putting them in there. So again, don't go by the actual threads here, because these shafts are a little bit different, I guess, from the reman versus the original. And it doesn't matter, it's the length from tie rod to tie rod. It's the critical measurement. All right, folks, you all have a good day, and we'll continue on this project. It's coming along. All the rust removal's pretty much done. I'm getting ready to put the rear wheels back on so I can push this thing out and then pressure wash it with the salt away and get rid of all the salt. It's got quite a bit of salt built up everywhere. And then rinse it, wash it, and then we'll start treating it with some kind of protectant, the Coro-Seal and the and the wool wax. All right, we'll keep updating you as we go along. All right, talk to you later. Have a good day. Bye. Welcome back, YouTubers. Just want to give you an update here on the Land Cruiser. So I got it ready. It's ready for washing now. Put the wheels on it, rolled it out, lifted it back up, then took the wheels back off again. It's a nice day today. It's Sunday afternoon. I think today's like the 26th of January. So it's been several weeks on this project. Done quite a bit to it already. All the underneath, the undercarriage has been descaled with all the rust and the rubberized stuff that was on it. Took all that gunk off. Now I'm gonna do this pressure washing with this product called Salt Away. So I think I mentioned it in one of the earlier videos. Yeah, so I'm gonna put this. Well, I already did it. I put it in my pressure washer here, in this little reservoir that's in the front. You can put detergent or whatever you want to put in there, and then you don't fill it up with that stuff. You just put like a few ounces, and then the rest water. You dilute it because it's concentrate, and then you fire it up, and this stuff will get sucked up by the sprayer, and then it'll get washed everywhere. I rinse this. I give it a rinse the other day with just water, just to get some of the dust off. Now I'm gonna do the Salt Away and do the rest of it. Put some degreaser on here on the engine, get rid of some of the grime, and that's it. We're kind of moving along here. Once the salt is removed, then we'll give it another rinse and put it back in the garage and continue working on it. I don't think I'm gonna bore you with the actual pressure washing process. It's just simple enough. Just shoot it with a wand and get it in all the nooks and crannies. It'll be high pressure. We'll get rid of all the salt. And underneath it, I don't know if I could show you. It's not very, the lighting's not that good. But you can see there's salt pretty much in a lot of areas. It's kind of concentrated. You see like white spots. All that white stuff is salt. So it needs to come off and rinsed, and then we can start treating it with a Coro-Seal. Okay, so I'll give you another update once we're done. All right, folks, talk to you later. Bye. All right, YouTubers, time to take a break. I got this thing desalted. Already picked up all the stuff. You should have seen how much salt and gunk came out of this thing. And then I sprayed it with some what do you call it, degreaser, and it's looking much better now, a lot cleaner. Still needs a little more detail, but man, what a difference. Yeah, gunk came out of everywhere, dirt, grime, and that desalt stuff really rinsed everything really nice. Yeah, so it still needs more detailing. I'll be giving it another cleaning later once I put it all together. But one thing I want to show you was okay, so yeah, before I did any of this desalting, these holes that are throughout the body right here, they had these little rubber plugs or little grommets here that seal these holes, along with a bunch more that are all down in through here, like this one. There's several in through here, and then there's some on the back side. So what I did was I took all those grommets off, those plugs, so I could shoot the pressure washer in there and run some of that salt stuff in there. And yeah, got a lot of stuff coming out through those holes. So along with that, I also made some other holes. I don't think I had shown you this before, but I made holes throughout the body where I shot the pressure washer in through there. There's one down here that I drilled. These are all 1/2 inch holes, and I was able to, this one's on the door, these two are on the door. I shot the pressure washer in through there, high pressure with that desalt stuff, and everything rinsed in there, and got a nice drain coming out of all these drain holes. First the water started coming out muddy, and I just ran it until it cleared up, and I was just getting the salt solution or the desalting solution, and I was able to rinse the inside of these panels with that solution really good. This door also, I had made a hole up in here, this back door, shot some water in there. Everywhere I could shoot water in there. Shot water in here, rinsed all this off. It still needs to be scrubbed. I didn't do any scrubbing. All I did was just pressure. I'd also made some holes in here on both sides. Shot some water in there, and then it drained out really well all along the bottom. Same thing with this panel. Well, this one I didn't drill any holes. I just removed this rear carpet thing off of here, so I was able to just shoot the pressure washer in here through all these holes and openings. And man, yeah, everything drained out really well back down in here. In fact, it's still draining. So just wanted to show you that. I even shot some in here in the frame, both sides, back and front, left and right. Got it all rinsed off with that salt desalting solution. Everything's looking nice, man. It'll be ready for the coral seal next, but there's no more white spots. All the white salt stuff is gone, so we're moving along. Just want to show you these holes that I had drilled, just so that yeah, just so I could show you what I did. All these holes had plugs in them, and I removed them. And then, so the reason I drilled these 1/2 inch holes everywhere is because the kit that I bought with the wool wax that I'll be coating everything with eventually comes with a bag full of plugs. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. So this bag just has 100 pieces, which are all these little rubber grommet plugs that'll cover all those holes. Once I'm all done and I shoot the coral seal in there, this is the gun that comes in that kit. You just put the compressor in there, and it's got this long hose. And this tip just has an opening. Let me see if I can get it here. It just has an opening on one end. It just opens. You just shoot that coral seal in there, or whatever you're gonna shoot in this bottle. And then it comes with another hose, which is this one. This one's kind of cool because the tip is a lot smaller, and then it's perforated on the sides. So when you shoot this thing, it shoots it outward, you know, instead of, I mean, it'll shoot it straight, but it'll also shoot it like in a fan, 360. So if you stick it in some of those ports and holes and everything, it'll coat everything in there. Really nice. So that's where we are. And then let's see what else. Oh, so I washed all this stuff, all these parts, the air filter component. I desalted the cover that goes on the engine, the shroud, the fan, I just put all these parts out there in the driveway and just washed everything really well, including the bumper covers. As you can tell, they're still kind of wet. The running boards, all this stuff got cleaned out with a salt solution. Just desalted everything. And yeah, looks a lot cleaner now. Much better. All the salt, all the white residue's gone. Of course, they're still drying, they're still wet. But no more salt anyways. So now this truck's ready for the Southwest. I bet you it's happy. If it could talk, it would be probably happy as hell, man. Just saying, man, thank you for taking all that salt away. But anyways, all right, folks, just wanted to show you that. That's my other toy over there, the Sequoia. So this one's still in progress. We'll be starting to put all this stuff together, or putting it all back together. And that's where we are. I'll give you another update later. All right, folks, thank you. And oh, I haven't mentioned either, but if you like these videos or this collection of videos, you're a Land Cruiser enthusiast, I know that some of you might do things a little differently than what I've been doing. If you have other suggestions or comments, please feel free to let me know. Just be nice. Don't try to criticize too much. But I'm open to suggestions and everything, so let me know. And then we can discuss it. All right, folks, talk to you later. Good luck, and talk to you soon.